Hello, welcome to Demon Interviews, episode 170. God, there's so many of these now. I'm your host, shockingly, I know, Springy, and joining us today is a very special guest.
I'm Reisuka.
Woo! So first question for you today is going to be, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well, just busy. But I get to film after this, so I'm excited.
Ooh, awesome, awesome. Always a good excuse to film things.
Yeah.
Um, so have you ever been interviewed like this before?
Yeah, not for cosplay, but for other stuff, like
Awesome.
dinosaurs and yeah, job stuff.
Ooh, nice, nice. Well, we're happy to introduce you to this side of the world of interviewing. And one of these days, I'm gonna put like that imagination thing right there. Not today, but one of these days. Um, but the next question is going to be, do you have any other new cosplays planned to do that you ever tell us about without me giving you a small fee of $5?
Yeah, I just did Mazada, which I was planning for a long time. And then so there's some like upgrades to her I want to make, but and then other ones, I think I mean, yeah, I want to do Asuna because she's like a classic waifu for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm kind of just like getting into a lot of anime shows. Like, well, I have Mikasa, which I've done a little bit, but I want to do her more. Um, and then yeah, right now I'm kind of getting into a bunch of different shows. Oh, I have my Dress Up Darling. I have all the stuff to do her, like the main character who cosplays other characters. I don't know if you've seen that show.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, so I have the stuff to do her, but I have to like dye the wig. So yeah, I have a fair amount, mostly anime, just because there's more characters. But I also thought about doing like maybe Circus Baby, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I want to venture into like actual animatronic cosplay. We'll see.
It's a hit or miss thing a lot of the time. Um, but wow, that sounded really rude. What is wrong with my brain today? I'm so sorry. Ugh, I'm having a day today. I'm sorry. I've been yelling at kids all day. They've been real bad today. Um, ugh. Okay, so um, next question is going to be: would you rather eat Cheetos or go on a hike?
Definitely go on a hike.
Mm, nice.
'Cause I like hiking for fun. But if I had to eat Cheetos, it would be crunchy Cheetos.
I agree. With the Cheetos, not with the hike. I don't agree with that, even though here it's
Okay.
hiking season, but I'm like, outside. Um, but, so, um, trying to think of better ways to word things. People might know you if they're coming from our side. It's like, oh, this person looks very familiar. From the Tickety Talkities or from Instagram. But since the Tickety Talkities is a newer platform, I would like to ask, why did you join that in the first place?
Yeah, well, I started out on YouTube actually, and I was doing like Star Wars cosplay, but I didn't. It was so hard to grow on YouTube, and like I also started out doing the long form video format, which took a lot
Mm-hmm.
of time editing, and like I guess it wasn't really. I don't know. It was like hard to make a lot of content, and then it just wasn't really doing what I wanted it to do. And then I saw, like, I didn't know that much about TikTok, but then I saw that people were like cosplaying Star Wars on there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how I got started. And I was like, oh, this is great. I can like make a 5 second video and edit it in 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then from there, I just kind of got into like anime and all this other stuff. And then I've always loved FNAF, but like I never thought there was a character that I wanted to cosplay really from there until like Security Breach came out, and I was like, okay, I can do Vanessa and Vanny.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just kind of launched from there.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, now I have to say the stereotypical YouTube thing of don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon. Don't uh words. Don't forget to follow our lovely guest on all the social media platforms. If you have any appropriate questions for our lovely guest here, put them in the comment section below. If we ever get them back onto the show, being themselves, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, for other projects, uh, uh, then we'll ask them your questions. Anywho, we haven't had an inappropriate question yet. We haven't had anybody asking questions in the comment section yet either, but that's not the point. The point is that there has not been an inappropriate one yet. um, so, next question is going to be coming from my own brain, because my brain is losing it today. What is the hardest thing about getting into one of your cosplays?
I think for me, it's the makeup. I mean, I like how the makeup looks at the end, but I really like it takes me about an hour. Not for Rey from Star Wars, like her makeup always took me like 15 minutes, but for
Mm-hmm.
everyone else, it takes me about an hour. And like, I mean, I've gotten good enough at it, but it's not my natural talent, I guess. I've just had to practice a lot and learn
Mm-hmm.
a lot from like watching other people. So that part's kind of annoying to me. But yeah.
Makes sense.
And then I guess the only other harder thing is like Mikasa's ODM gear, which I'm not going to do in the future. In the future, I'm just going to do like a couple belts across per shirt. Like I noticed other
Mm-hmm.
people do that. But like the first time I wore her actual ODM gear, it took 3 hours to get on. That was pretty
Jeez.
rough.
My longest one takes 30 minutes. My golly. Well, I mean, also half mine is this and
Oh
those.
yeah.
So, I mean, I can't really complain. Um, Sharpies. They make life easier. um, but my. Okay, phone, calm down. Next question is going to be why did you choose? Oh, sorry if I butcher it horribly. Renosuke as your online username instead of Batman 27 or any other thing in the world.
Oh yeah. So I chose Reisuka because my first cosplay that I did was Rey from Star Wars. So I always have been like some variation of Rey. Like at first I was just Rey, and then I think it was something else, but I don't remember. And then I started getting into anime and I really liked Asuka. She was kind of like the next character I really liked. So then I made it Reisuka and I thought that sounded cool. But now Vanessa's my favorite, but I'm like, no, I can't keep adding characters.
Just make it.
It's gonna get too like hard.
It just the username's just gonna keep growing as you get characters. um, but the next question is coming from a past guest, a Mr. Zoom underscore 2028. It's a very long, very complicated question. Bacon? Question mark.
Yeah, I love bacon.
Good. The next question, same past
Like that.
guest, uh, is going to be peanut butter? Question mark.
Peanut butter's okay, but it's not my favorite.
Mm, understandable. Understandable. Well, the next question is one that we kind of just combined and mixed together from those two: bacon and peanut butter? Question mark.
Maybe if there's a lot of chocolate on the peanut butter, like little chocolate chips.
Ooh,
It was like
chocolate.
a candy bacon thing, like
Hmm.
would be cool, but only with a tiny amount of peanut butter. Like it can't be much.
Oh, yeah. I can understand that. Sometimes the peanut butter will overpower the bacon, and it'll be weird.
Yeah.
I only knew that because I did that before.
Yeah.
It's real weird. It's weird, but it's not bad. It's real weird. But I like them both. So, um, the next question is going to be have you ever gone to any conventions before?
Yeah, I went to Japan and San Antonio, which is like I guess a medium-sized one. And then I went to a couple other small ones, but yeah, I want to go to one of the big ones like C2E2 or something.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, you already answered the next question, so let's just get that out of here. Um, um, so the next question is going to be: what is your favorite convention memory that from the few that you've gone to so far?
That's our question. I feel like probably when I went to San Japan because that was fun. Because yeah, I just like got to go with a good group of people, and it was like the first one I had ever been to. So I was really excited to like even see what it would be like. And like I had only watched kind of footage of conventions on YouTube or whatever. And I was like, this is so cool that it's actually happening in real life.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Well, is there a convention that you're hoping to attend to in the future, in the near, safe future?
Yeah, I'm hoping C2E2 I think is late summer. So I'm trying to go to like a big convention that's in late summer and I think that's like one of the only ones that lines up. So I would say that one. Yeah, and then I don't know what else yet.
I have zero plans, so you have more plans than me. um, so the next question is going to be coming from a past guest once again. I promise it won't be as weird as the last one, but this is coming from a Shannon Carruthers. Um, you're going to be the star of a movie. That's not the question here. But who would you want to be a co-star? It could be a friend or a actor or actress. And who and what genre of movie would it be?
Okay. Like what genre or like okay, that's hard. I guess I think it'd be fun to do like a drama or sci-fi or like horror, like any of those three is fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it'd be cool. I mean, I've always been like a big Adam Driver fan, so I think it'd be fun to start with him. And I'm always like, I used to be obsessed with Raylo, so and girls before he was Kylo Ren. So yeah.
Yeah, awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, next question is going to be: who is your biggest cosplay inspiration or inspirations?
I have so many, but I guess yeah, some of my biggest ones like Desi C. She's a big anime cosplayer, and she just like she's a gamer girl and does waifus, and she's like also goofy and stuff. So she kind of got me into like the idea of being interested in like cosplaying anime.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like her. And then in the Star Wars world, I would say like Jay Skywalker guy. He's big in the Star Wars world and he does like Obi-Wan and stuff. And I don't know, yeah, there's a lot of Star Wars cosplayers and anime cosplayers that inspire me. But um yeah, I think just anyone that like really puts thought into their cosplay and their content, but also just like shows their personality and like kind of shows the story of why they cosplay. I like that a lot.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, the next question is going to be coming from a Harley F. Quinn, who's also a past guest. What are those?
Those what?
That's it. That's the whole thing. It's the Mimi.
Okay, I'm gonna say exotic butters.
Yes. Um, if I was wearing my Ennard mask, it would have worked perfectly.
Yeah.
Dang. Next time. Um, next time when we're doing questions from the comment section. thing. Wanted to see if it would work. So, what is one thing you want people to know about the characters you cosplay as?
I guess. I mean, I try to only pick characters that I identify with. So that's actually a series I'm thinking of doing is like why I identify with each character.
Hmm.
Um, so I would say like each of the characters that I cosplay kind of shows like a different aspect of my personality or like something that happened to me that I'm identifying with them.
Awesome. So we should all watch out because you have murdered small children in a bunny
Yeah.
outfit. Okay. Okay. Cool. 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 Um. The joke
Yeah, I
is,
talk to computer viruses, you know.
yeah, as you do.
They-
It's just normal practice nowadays.
yeah.
Um. But this question kind of just goes along with the last one. But how are you and some of the characters you cosplay alike, and how are you different? I know we kind of talked about alike a little bit already, but yeah.
That's interesting to think about. So yeah, I guess we kind of talked about how they're like, but like yeah, it'd be interesting for me to like sit down and think like what is there a common like personality trait that they all share? I don't know, that'd be interesting.
Mhm.
How they're different, I mean they have different kind of spins. So like some of the characters I cosplay I would say are more like innocent or like okay, this sounds really bad like saying this as Vanessa, I guess, but some of them are more, innocent or naive, or they're more like a hero, like good guy, like classic good guy, or I'll do Empress Ray, which is kind of like classic villain. And then some of them are more in between, or they're like on the older side, or the more like jaded side. Like I think Misato and Vanessa are more like that.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Awesome.
they have like a range of experiences and personalities.
Awesome. 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 Well, what do you think is one of the biggest misconceptions about either you or your cosplays?
I think the biggest misconception about me, because I also do like dinosaur facts, because I'm a paleontologist, so I'll kind of mix cosplay videos with dinosaur facts, and a lot of people think like you can only be one thing. Like if you're a scientist or a paleontologist, like you can only be someone who tells us science facts, and like you can't have fun with like the cosplays or like be sexy or whatever. So that's a misconception that a lot of people have, and they'll like comment on my video like your channel isn't for stuff like this, or like we don't want to see this, we just want dino facts. So yeah, I'd say that's the biggest misconception.
Mm, that people are weird. Not gonna lie. Well, it's coming from me in a weird crying puppet mask, and I'm saying other people are weird. So I mean, I guess I can't have anywhere to say on that.
It was weird in a good way.
I mean that's true. At least I'm weird in the good way, dressing up as a killer robot. Outside of the lore, killer robot. Inside the lore, God knows what. Um,
Yeah.
but that one. Um, have you ever created any cosplays from suggestions, either from friends, family, or fans who just were like, "Oh my god, you look amazing!" and
um I mean, yeah, Masato kind of, I guess. Like, I always kind of liked her anyway, but then a lot of people have like recommended that I should do her. And then I've also tried Padme one time, but I didn't really like how it came out because just like a lot of my followers were asking me to do Padme.
Mhm.
But I might bring her back. I'll see. I
Awesome.
think she's just kind of hard because like there's not that many like things that define her. Like she kind of just has a bun and like there's nothing really different about her hair or anything. So
Yeah, yeah. But the next question is going to be, What is one of the best compliments you've ever gotten, either in person or online?
I think, yeah, there's two types of compliments that are like, I feel like the best. I mean, I like a lot of the compliments, so, but I really appreciate when they say, like you're exactly like the character or you like really bring them to life, like something like that. Because I do put a lot of work into my cosplays. And then the other compliment is just like when I show more of my personality or like me out of cosplay and people are like, "Oh, I love your cosplay and this about you." Like I appreciate that because it makes me feel like, "Oh, they can like all of me and like see all of me and not just my kind of characters that I put out."
Yeah, that makes sense to me. So I'm sorry if I'm saying like the same two words over and over again. My brain
No,
only knows those two words. Period. And it's not even just because my brain is also very tired. Um, so we kind of touched on this a little bit, but who is one of your favorite characters to cosplay as?
right now it's Vanessa, and second favorite would be Asuka. Yeah, so those are my two favorites right now.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Possum. Look, I found a third word. It rhymes. Um, so who from the interwebs, but my question says TikTok, would you like to do an IRL collaboration with? Either, videos, photo shoots, so on, so forth. Whatever you wish to do with them. Sounds like they're
Um,
against their will.
so many people. But yeah, I think Desi would be really cool. Or also, I think it'd be really fun to get some more FNAF cosplayers, and like, there's a lot of them that I like. But yeah, I think it'd be fun to all go to like an arcade together or something
Yes.
and make videos.
Yes. I just agree with that. um, so, does the content you make that you like the best get the most attention, or is it the ones that surprise you?
Yeah, usually it's the ones that surprise me, and like usually the really artistic ones that I spend a lot of time on, I'm like kind of heartbroken because they usually like tank the worst. Um, but then sometimes they'll kind of grow, so it
Hmm.
depends. But yeah, mostly
Yeah.
it's just stuff that surprises me, and then I'll kind of like repeat that thing if it's something I had fun doing.
Awesome. And I completely understand that. I made a whole like somebody's doing like Bill Cipher and like was doing the audio of like which puppet do you want to choose, and I was the puppet. Horrible joke. I was like Nightmare on, and I had like two different puppet masks in my hands, and I was like, which one? I was like, oh no, not me. But and that went well, and it was weird. Um,
Yeah, it's like the weirder jokes do better.
pretty much, pretty much. Um, all right, did that one already? That one. So the next question is coming from another past guest. The next three are gonna be coming from past guests. Just to lay that out there now. This one's coming from an ultra geek cosplay. Very complicated question, but Pepsi or Coke? Or neither, I guess, is also an answer. Coke?
Yeah.
I just happen to be drinking one right now. Well, not right now, but it's right there. I'm dreaming
Yeah,
of it while I'm in this hot
perfect.
mask. um, the next question is coming from Dark Mina the Gone. Um, who would you be uh, in a horror movie? What stereotype do you think you would be?
Um, I think I would definitely be like one of the people who's investigating when they shouldn't be, kind of. I don't know how quickly I would die though. I
Mm,
guess it depends on the movie.
true, true. Well, the last question on the list, and shocking, there's more. Um, Nothing crazy though. But this is probably like the most deep question we're gonna get onto today. and it's coming not even from me. Somebody else suggested this question. I'm sorry if I butchered this name. So sorry. To I don't know if they're gonna be watching this, but I'm so sorry. You know who you are. Miyamoi underscore Miyagui. That's probably wrong. Horribly wrong. And I am sorry. Um, what does cosplay mean to you?
So for me, I started it about a year ago, and like I guess when I started cosplay, I mean, I've been kind of like living the hardcore workaholic student life because I was trying to like do really well in paleontology, which is a very competitive male dominated field. Um, and then my dad had also just like died earlier that year from cancer after like a long
Mm-hmm.
battle with cancer. So I was kind of like, I guess, coming out of myself and like doing things for fun that I wanted to do for the first time, and actually like finding myself and seeing that I had value other than like how many achievements I could get.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, for me, cosplay is like a healing journey, um, where I've just been able to start like loving myself and getting to know myself, and yeah, and like discover who I am and like come out of my shell. So
Awesome. That is truly amazing.
thanks.
Um, so now we're gonna go on to the final four questions. The first one is: do you have any questions for me as an individual, or about the show in general?
Well, I guess what does cosplay mean to you? I'd be interested
Uh,
to know.
Stealing the question I technically stole from someone else. I was gonna ask about not the point of this question. I've always been weird. I've always wanted to. I loved Halloween and always wanted because like my birthday lies in like the end of November, so costume parties were very hard to achieve. And like at that time, I always wanted to have those, and like long circle of the question, but I always loved dressing up. I always loved bringing smiles to other people, and I finally just painted one on my face. Um, and this is just a way for me to kind of express that, and it's fun. And it's fun pretending to be characters you love. Like the
Yeah.
marionette. I have Tommy from Power Rangers up there. I can't
Oh,
actually
nice.
see over here. I can't actually see over here, but he's over there somewhere. Up
Yeah.
there, his helmet is over there, and Springtrap, who's not here with us right now. Uh,
I
but
have a plush kind of. Well, he's like
exactly.
supposed to be glitch trap, but they don't have
Is he?
one, so I got the spring trap.
I mean, next best thing, grab the other golden rabbit. I mean, it's
Yeah.
technically the same dude, so I
Close
mean, it
enough.
works. Works. I if I had to guess, they're probably coming out with a glitch trap one during Halloween next year. If I had to guess, but I don't know. I don't know what Funko's scheduling is. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much my long-winded answer of that.
Sounds good. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Is there any other questions you'd like to ask?
Um, well, I guess like, is there anyone you would want to collaborate with on TikTok? Wait, do you have a TikTok?
Yes, I do. Do
Okay.
interviews as a TikTok, and I have my own. Um, where I use this a lot. Where I use this or other masks that are down there. But yes, like actually collaborate in one room. Pretty much anyone I've ever interviewed on this show would be amazing. Right now I can't see you because you're on my side, you're over here, and I can't see you right here. But anyone who I've ever interviewed, because I pretty much have a cosplay that could work for anyone. But like, just like the idea of like actually doing that with somebody would be amazing. Because I'm like, I live in a very small town, and I feel like I'm the only cosplayer in my town.
Oh yeah.
So anyone. Period. But to get more specific, my favorite ones would probably be like any of like the anyone from the FNAF group we're in right now.
Yeah.
Um, because like I've known a few of them for a while, and just bang my desk, make the whole thing vibrate. But yeah, I started off doing Finance to Freddy, so that'd probably be one of the best ones to start with, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to ask? You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you do have
That's all
anything
the
else,
questions I had.
awesome. Um, so now we're going to the final three. I promise I'm not gonna say it every single time. Um, would you ever like to return to the show for either a separate interview for yourself again, or for a upcoming project?
Yeah, either of those sounds great.
Awesome, because we literally already have you scheduled for something else. We're not
Yeah,
scheduled, but we already have
I
something
didn't
else
know if you
planned.
wanted to if it was a secret, but
Nah,
yeah.
well, we're not saying what it is. You just mentioned 6 cosplays. I just happen to also be in FNAF. Nobody knows what it is. They could probably have a heavy guess if they look at any of the Demon Interviews social media things I've been posting recently and looking for more people for. They could probably have a wild guess on what it is. But but you have to go to Demon Interviews Instagram page to get more hints. um, but yeah. Yeah, I was gonna make. Usually, I make a joke about that, and like this time, it actually is true. So it stumped my
Yeah.
brain for a second. I was like, "Oh, it's actually somewhat true." Usually I go over dramatic with being like the 16 things, but there's actually another thing planned. Um, Anywho, carrying on without my rambling. Um, who would you like to see on the show in the future?
Um, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people I'd like to see interviewed, but I guess I could send you names of people
Yes,
who might do it.
just send a
Um,
list. Just a Google
okay.
Doc with lists of just pages of names. I would love that.
Sounds
There's your homework for today. Um,
yeah.
but the final question is going to be a question of a question. That sounds real weird. I tried it and I don't think I like how I said that. But um, do you have any questions for our future guests? Is what I'm trying to get at.
Um, I guess I would say like kind of adding on to the question of who's your favorite character to cosplay, why are they your favorite?
Ooh, nice, nice, nice one. So I'll write that down, put it on the separate list, and yeah, um, that's it. So I
Okay.
wanted to actually, do I want to do that question? Do you mind asking a paleontology question? It's kind of a question. It's not gonna be like exactly what bone is this, and then pull it up
Sure.
on my screen. So, from a paleontologist standpoint, how do you feel about the Jurassic World Park series? Just very curious on that, in my opinion. You probably hear that a few times, but I curious.
No, yeah. I mean, I've always loved Jurassic Park since I was little, and that's like one of the things that made me get really into dinosaurs. So, and then Jurassic World. So I pretty much love all the Jurassic Parks, and then Jurassic World is fun and like it's cool to see like the mosasaur and like the new dinosaurs, but I really like Blue.
Yeah.
But I don't like the human characters as much. Like I like how there were actual paleontologists in Jurassic Park,
Mhm.
um, and not just like corporate CEOs or whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, and then like I think Jurassic World, like it's cool in the one sense because it's like, oh, what could we? Because I guess when I saw it, I was like, oh, what would Jurassic Park have been like if it was successful and like Hammond didn't have to shut it down? But on the
Mhm.
other hand, it kind of gets harder to believe, and then like dinosaurs are taking over the world, I guess, in this last one. But I'm
Yeah.
excited to see it. But like,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think some of it is a little unrealistic
Yeah.
for sure.
Awesome. Well, I wanted to get your standpoint on that a little bit since out of cosplayers, artists, and YouTubers, we don't have many paleontologists. So I want to ask that while you're here and being yourself. So
Yeah.
um, but thank you so much for being on the show. I highly appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course, and thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and don't forget to follow Lovely Guests on all the social media platforms. And at least I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.